Guys, today's video we are talking about ROI, my minimums ROI, what I'm looking for in products, and this is based on an Instagram question. Hey John, thank you for helping me back in February. I've been following you for a while. I love what you are posting. I know you do not have to help me, but I would really appreciate some feedback. I'm struggling really deep. I stopped selling shoes and dive deep into health and beauty and grocery. My minimum margins is 15%, and last month I closed out 5% margins. I keep digging deep and figured maybe I need to aim higher for 20 to 25% margins. What are your minimum margins? I'm going to assume they're talking about ROI. So first of all, congratulations for selling on Amazon and kind of grinding it out, kind of making the switch. I'm sure if you were doing shoes and apparel for a while, switching to another category is definitely can be challenging. So good job. And also, right, if you're getting like 5% ROI after it's all said and done, or that's like your profit, not obviously you want to be higher, but it's better than losing money. So at least you are making money. I know a lot of people who kind of they kind of lose money when they first get started just because they're trying to get the hang of things. So at least you got to look at the positives and just know that if you're making 5% ROI at the end of the day on an item, that's not great, but at least you're not losing. So you're doing something right. You just gotta source a little better. So for me, I totally have changed on this. I used to be 30% ROI with a $3 profit minimum and 20% ROI if it sold a lot and I could get like $2 ish. It would just make sense because I'd make it up on volume, etc., etc. And it kind of worked for a little bit, but most of those listings didn't go well for me. So the last couple of months I upped it. So I'm looking for a minimum of $5 now. At 30% ROI, that's kind of the minimum. I'm really shooting for 40% ROI though. And what I've found is there is definitely products that meet that criteria. And they're out there. And when you're buying a product or when you first see an ASIN, usually what the ROI is, it usually doesn't go up. It usually goes down. So when you're looking at a product, let's just say these allergy pills or whatever, they are set at 30% ROI, by the time mine get checked in about a week, it might still be 30% if I'm the first one there, but eventually other people are going to come onto the listing. It's just kind of how it goes. And then the price is going to start to go down a little bit. As more inventory comes in, there's kind of less demand because there's more supply. And then, people want to get their money back or they get panicked that more people are getting on the listing. And then the price starts to go down. So if you start with 30 or 40% and let's say the margin drops, like that happens, well, now you're at like 20% and you're still making good ROI. So you want to get it as high as possible, obviously, but yeah, you want to shoot a little higher. Also, a couple of things, definitely download the price tank checklist. There'll be a link down below for that. It's totally free. And it's kind of what I am looking for to avoid listings that tank. So that will definitely help you a little bit in kind of getting on listings that aren't tanking. You just want to make sure that you're shooting higher. I would say shoot for about 30% at least, or go for 40. There's definitely stuff out there. It's harder to find, but once you do find it, it definitely gets a little easier because you're going to start to see patterns. You're going to start to see where you need to buy that stuff. A lot of this stuff is going to have to be on sale or you have to have a coupon for. So that's the kind of stuff you have to be doing. Maybe you could also leverage discounted gift cards. So you could go to sites like Card Cookie, Card Cash, or the top two that I like to use. And some of them are offering anywhere from like 5 to 10% off. So if you had a 15% ROI and you could get a 10% off gift card, well, now you're at around 25%. So you got to think of ways that you could get the price down on items, and whether that's a sale, a coupon, discounted gift cards. You just have to get creative and make that margin higher. So shoot for 30, 40% profit, $5 minimum. And don't worry about it's going to be hard to find at first, because anytime you try to increase or change something in the business that you're not used to, it's going to take you a little time to get used to that. But once you start to find that stuff or get more comfortable with the category, you could start making different decisions. Maybe you want to take a little tiny less because maybe you're making, there's something now that the only other thing I will say about this is sometimes the dollar amount. So there's some stuff that I'm selling right now where I'm making 20% ROI, but I'm making over $10 profit. So you could kind of think in your head what you want it to be. So ROI and profit go hand in hand. Obviously, I'm more about profit because that's what matters at the end of the day. So the higher you could go in ROI and profit, the better. But just keep that in mind. You just want to be flexible. And, the profit amount, the $5 to $10, if you could get stuff in that range, like on the $10 thing, if it drops 20%, I'm down to $8 profit. So not as bad. But if you only have $3 profit and it goes down $2, well, now you're at $1. If one or two of those items get returned, now you're losing money on the ASIN. So just shoot for higher, shoot for 30, 40%, $5 profit, and that should help. And just keep at it. And yeah, I hope you guys found that helpful. Let me know below what you're going for an ROI percentage and profit. I'd love to hear. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.